Of all the auto brands on the road today, only one has been named the best auto brand for 6 straight years. That brand is Mazda. Come shop and save on the award-winning lineup of new Mazdas right now at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline.
Hi, business owners. Phase 3. Woohoo! But do your customers know you're back? Well, that's where the Clarence Bug Show and Pelican Broadcasting can help. Right now, we've got great rates on advertising packages to help you get the word out. Shoot me an email at bugsclarence@gmail.com. Or better yet, call me up. I'd love to talk with you. 225-485-6839. Let's get together and make Phase 3 the best it can possibly be.
From appetizers, pasta dishes, and entrees, La Contea takes pride in preparing all the Italian cuisine we know you love. Enjoy live music every Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 9, happy hour weekdays from 3 to 6, and brunch on Sundays from 11 to 2, as well as dinner portion-sized lunch specials for under $10. Visit our website to view our menu and book a party or meeting in our large banquet room. Once you try La Contea, your Italian dining will change forever.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing? Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies. You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing, the printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, you just got to know the right people. You can know the right people too.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Hello and welcome to today's Groundhog Day edition of the Clarence Bug Show. If you were hoping that you could take that winter coat of yours, that favorite jacket of yours, and put it in the back of the closet, wrong answer. According to Puxatawny Phil, 6 more weeks, y'all. And personally, I'm a cold weather kind of guy. I know my dear friend Bill Profita will relate to this. This time of year, you get to really dress. All the tweeds and the plaids and the wools and the scarves and the hats and the gloves. You really get to dress this time of year. And if it's any consolation to you, if the good Lord blesses you to keep breathing, don't worry. There'll be plenty more heat and humidity here in this part of the country for as long as you want it and as much of it as you can stand. So all that being said, 6 more weeks. Of course, now, climate change may change all of that. Yesterday, we told you that today we wanted to delve into the whole climate change issue and the fact that tens of thousands of Louisianians are in fear that their livelihoods may be taken away. As you well know, Joe Biden, by stroke of a pen, is threatening to wreak absolute havoc on Louisiana's economy. The shutting down of the Keystone XL pipeline by executive order. Following that up days later with the shutting down of all new oil and gas leases in the Gulf of Mexico and all federal lands. We are talking potentially close to 50,000 jobs being endangered in the state of Louisiana. But you know, when you sit back and take a look at this is not about saving the planet. This is all about control. These folks want to control every single aspect of your lives. They start with where you can work. Obviously, shutting down the Keystone XL pipeline, putting a pause on all new oil and gas drilling leases will affect Louisiana severely. But just last week, the new climate czar, John Kerry, when asked, what do you say to people who may well lose their jobs because of these executive orders by Joe Biden? You know what he said? Well, they made bad choices. We can help them make better choices. They can help manufacture solar panels. Of course, now, this is not the first time where the elites in government have told us who can and cannot work. Does the term essential and non-essential workers ring a bell? This is not about saving the planet. This is all about control. These folks will tell you what you can and cannot drive. You notice now, all of a sudden, federal government is going to switch over all of their vehicles to electric cars. Well, if you do a little Googling, well, duck, because Google is out of the window for me and hopefully you as well. If you do a simple duck and start looking at the individuals that own stock in all these electric car companies, you start to realize who stands to gain a whole lot of money from this. But it's not about what you drive, it's all about control. These folks, again, wanting to control every aspect of your life, will tell you what you can and cannot eat. Well, the whole planet needs to be vegan because, you know, y'all eating steak and hamburgers, you know, all them cow patties and all those cow farts and the cow burps, that's releasing methane. And that's, all of that gets up in the atmosphere and it speeds up global warming. So what do? Well, they tell you, you can't use your grill, you can't eat steak, but PepsiCo is partnering with Beyond Meat to give y'all some new snacks. And if you still want that old-fashioned hamburger, well, Burger King has the Impossible Whopper. Tastes just like meat. It's not about saving the planet, y'all. It's all about control. These folks want to control what you eat, what you drive, where you can work. Some of them even want to control where you can live. Oh, don't move down to the coast because the sea levels are going to rise by 10 feet. Remember that from the Obama administration? We got 12 years to save the planet. And whatever you do, don't move down to the coast because sea levels are going to rise by 10 feet. So shortly after getting out of office, what did Obama do? Oh, that's right. He bought a $12 million mansion. Where? On the beachfront. So let me be sure I got this right. Sea levels are going to rise by 10 feet in 12 years. But you spend $12 million on a mansion on the beachfront. Who does that? Either someone who, one, is planning on engaging in some massive insurance fraud, or two, I'll take two for 200, please, Alex, somebody who knows up front that they're selling you a crock. It's not about saving the planet. Oh, and by the way, he owns two other 7,000 to 10,000 square foot homes. But we all got to do our part, y'all. We got to reduce our carbon footprint so that we can save the planet. It's not about saving the planet, y'all. It's all about control. And to show you the indoctrination process, they bring in a 13-year-old, Greta Thunberg, to preach to us, instruct us on the evils of climate change. A freaking 13-year-old. At 13, you're just a couple of years removed from learning how to wipe your butt correctly. But you're going to preach to the rest of the world about climate change? Then on top of that, they want to control, because this is all about control. They want to control what you think and what you say. If you don't agree, after looking at all the evidence that this whole climate change thing is a crock, well, then they've got an ugly name that they're going to call you. Well, you're a science denier. And if you still don't knuckle under, then, well, you need to be censored. We can't let you get on social media talking about this is a farce, even though it is. We're just trying to get control of every aspect of your life. But we can't have you out there telling people this. You need to be censored from Twitter and Facebook and all of this sorts of stuff. It's all about control. After we get our first break of this hour out of the way, you can look back in the past and it will help you plot your course for the future. After we get this break out of the way, I'm going to share with you 10, just 10, that's all I've got time for, 10 of a long list of climate change lies that they fed to us over the years. The reason I picked out these 10 is because they told us at the time, if we don't do this by 2020, oh, the world's going to end. It's all over for us. Mankind is just, you can forget about it if we don't do this by 2020. Well, 2020 is come and gone, Hoss, and we're still here. 2020 has come and gone, and nowhere near the crap you fed us was going to happen has transpired. It's not about saving the planet. It's about control. Got a list of 10. Some of them going back almost 30 years. They thought, oh, if we don't do this by 2020, you can forget about mankind. We're going to cease to exist. So I guess Marty must be a pigment of my imagination. I know I said pigment and not figment. He's white. Everything's black and white these days. There you go. Let me get this first break of the hour out of the way. Up next, 10 climate change lies. They scared the bejesus out of y'all, all in an effort to get more control. That's next, here on the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystonecountryClub.com.
Hi, I'm Hurricane Betsy Barnes.
And I'm Dr. Kay Siller with the Rocket Right Show.
We are two busy blondes on the go showing off life in Louisiana.
Watch us on Pelican Sports Network.
And Talk 107.3 FM. Check local listings for times.
Team Honda wants to thank you for once again making us Louisiana's #1 new car dealer by offering you never-before-seen savings. For the first time ever, get 0% financing up to 60 months on some of your favorite Honda models. Get thousands in savings right now at Team Honda on Segan Lane.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing. You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day. Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Mandafine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Mandafine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Mandafine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. It is Groundhog Day, and I guess if you are a cold weather fan like yours truly, well, woohoo! Score one for the home team. 6 more weeks. I started today's show talking about the fallacy of climate change and the impending doom for the planet, and tried to explain to you how this is all about control and money. This is not, y'all, about the planet. But I also have for you 10 examples of garbage that we were fed over a period of time. And I don't know, I guess they pull these dates out of thin air. If we don't get this done by 2020, well, it's all over for us. And of course, John Kerry told us last week we've got 9 years left before it's irreversible harm to the planet. We start in 1987, 34 years ago. The Star Phoenix newspaper in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada, quoting James Hansen of NASA's Goddard Institute for Space Studies in New York. His model predicted an average temperature increase of between 1/2 and 1 degree Celsius by the end of the 90s. And within 15 to 20 years of this, the Earth will be warmer than it's been in the past 100,000 years. His model predicted that by the end of 2020, we will experience average temperature increases of around 3 degrees Celsius with even greater extremes. Well, now that 2020 has come and gone, we found out the actual increase was less than 1/2 of 1 degree since 1987. So, survey says, liar, liar, pants on fire. Number 2, global emissions. 1978, that's what, 22 and 21, 43 years ago. The Vancouver Sun newspaper cited a paper in the journal Science. University of Washington researcher Minzy Stuvier predicted that the concentration of CO2 in the atmosphere will have doubled by 2020. Quote, "We learn that if present trends continue, with economics the only limit on the exploitation of fossil fuels, the CO2 concentration will have doubled by 2020. 40 to 80 years after fuel burning peaks, that will come mid-century, the CO2 concentration will be 5 to 10 times its present level." Yet, it hadn't come anywhere near close to that. Number 3, emissions from India and China. December 2009, the Springfield News Leader reports that India and China pledged to cut their emissions by 2020. Quote, "The developing world, for the first time, is offering its own actions, not straight reductions, but clean energy projects and other steps to slow the growth of their emissions. China says it will, by 2020, reduce gases 40 to 45% below business as usual. India offers a 20 to 25% slowdown in emissions growth." Now that 2020 has come and gone, we find out that China and India did not reduce their emissions by 45 and 25% respectively. Instead, India increased their emissions by 168%. China increased their emissions by 200%. And just last week, John Kerry, the climate czar, acknowledged if America today cut out all of our emissions, every single percentage of it, it wouldn't fix a darn thing. Why? Because 90% of the emission problems come from outside of our borders. Number 4, no snow on Mount Kilimanjaro. 2001, the Vancouver Sun reports, headline, "Snows of Kilimanjaro to vanish by 2020. Quote, "At this rate, all of the ice will be gone between 2010 and 2020, says Lonnie Thompson, a geologist at Ohio State University." The quote continues, "And that is probably a conservative estimate." Al Gore's 2006 documentary, An Inconvenient Truth, also predicted there will be no snow on Kilimanjaro in 2020. Yet, February 2020, the Times of London reports, quote, "The staying power of Kilimanjaro's snow defies Al Gore's gloomy forecast." Duck a picture of Mount Kilimanjaro and look at all the snow that they told us by 2020, if we don't change, it's going to be all gone. Number 5, rising sea levels in the Sunshine State. That's Florida, for those of you that don't know. In 1986, 35 years ago, the Environmental Protection Agency's Jim Titus predicted that the sea level around Florida would rise 2 feet by 2020. According to the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Association, NOAA, the sea level at Virginia Key has risen about 9 centimeters, which works out to just about 3.5 inches. So in 35 years, you told me, oh, it's going to rise by 2 feet, when actually it went up 3.5 inches. Number 6, people will become unfamiliar with snow. March 2000, David Viner, senior research scientist at the Climatic Research Unit of the University of East Anglia in England, predicted that, quote, winter snowfall will become a very rare and exciting event. Children just aren't going to know what snow is. Heavy snow will return occasionally, but that's about it. I sent his butt up there to Pennsylvania today. Number 7, Pacific Island economies will be devastated. In October of 2000, 21 years ago, a Greenpeace report predicted global warming, quote, could cause a massive economic decline across at least 13 tiny Pacific nations in the next 20 years. Now that this 20 years has passed, not only have these communities not been devastated, they're actually thriving, more so than they ever have in their history. Continuing. Number 8, global conflict and nuclear war. 2004, The Guardian reports on a Department of Defense report predicting climate change could be America's greatest national security threat. Among other things, the report predicted nuclear war, endemic conflict over resources, and European cities underwater by 2020. Have you heard of any countries in Europe going completely underwater? I mean, I know I don't keep up with every bit of all the news, but Marty, did you hear about any nuclear wars breaking out anywhere? But wait, they told us by 2020, this is what was going to happen. Maybe I just missed it. I'll catch the highlights on the replay of the news when I get home this afternoon. Number 9. Never mind. Number 9, the end of Arctic ice. April 2013, Lancaster Eagle Gazette reports NOAA scientists predicted, quote, ranges for an ice-free Arctic from 2020 to after 2040. Quote, it's reasonable to conclude Arctic ice loss is very likely to occur in the first rather than the second half of the 21st century, with the possibility of loss within a decade or two. I'm running out of time. I'll give you the clincher on that one. Not only did the Arctic ice not disappear, 3.9 million square kilometers of it floating around in the Arctic. Number 10, glaciers gone at Glacier National Park. March 2009, U.S. Geological Survey ecologist Daniel Faegre predicted the glaciers in Montana's Glacier National Park will disappear by 2020. Faegre's current research, quote, reveals that temperatures in Glacier National Park have risen higher than was predicted in 1992. The glaciers are now expected to be gone by 2020, reported the LA Times. These clowns went so far as to print up signs to put in the park saying, well, we're sorry that there's no more ice, but climate change has done away with all of it. 2020 passed, and they're like, oh, okay, we need to take these signs down because what we said was going to happen. See, what had happened was it didn't happen. So the new signs will say, quote, when the glaciers will disappear will completely depend on how and when we act. This is not about saving the planet, y'all. This is all about control and money. And if you're gullible enough to fall for it, bless your little old heart, you just get what you deserve. It ain't about saving the planet. It's about control. How many things have they told us? Oh, you got 9 years left. Oh, this is going to happen by 2020. Every single one of these predictions, nowhere near coming true. We were told for 30 years or more, by 2020, if we don't do it, this is going to be gone. And it's still here. Imagine that. Bottom of the hour break, suckers. Let me get this out of the way. We'll talk more next on the Clarence Bug Show.
Got termites? Get Premier Pest. PremierPestServices.com.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Jaguar Nation, we need your help in masking up Louisiana.
Masks help us slow the spread of COVID-19.
During this time, we must continue to wear a mask, wash our hands, and practice social distancing.
It's important that we continue to abide by the CDC's guidelines to stop the spread.
Jaguar Nation, we challenge you to mask up. Go Jags!
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Caught spiders? Premier Pest Services.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. You know, as an old dude. I'm old. I have no qualms about saying it at all. Get off my lawn. I understand the blessing that it is to have God show enough favor on you to allow you to stick around a certain amount of time. When I look back at those that started out with me that are no longer here, I readily acknowledge and thank God for the blessings of life. But as you get older, it is, I guess, just a part of the natural progression of things that there are some things that society engages in that have no appeal to you. You can't figure out what is the attraction to this. I guess one of the hardest for me is the whole social media thing. I was raised in a family by parents that taught us that you don't need a whole bunch of friends. All you need are a few. A few good friends. You know, the one that you can call at 3 o'clock in the morning and say, man, bruh, I did something real stupid. I need some bail money. Okay? Hang on, bruh. Let me grab my wallet. I'm on the way. Like, you couldn't have timed that any better. I did something real stupid. You hear the ambulance, you hear the sirens in the back. Couldn't have timed it any better. You only need a few of those. You don't need a whole bunch of friends. And newsflash, by the way, y'all. All of these on social media, them ain't your friends. Call them 3 o'clock in the morning. Say, hey, man, we've never spoken in person, but I know you like me on Facebook. I need some bail money because I did something stupid. Click, hello. Them ain't your friends, okay? And posting all your business on Twitter, Facebook, and the like, you asking for it. And if you think I'm lying, ask Iberville Parish Councilman Raheem Pierce. Councilman Pierce, on Friday, decided that apparently his Twitter universe, social media universe, had to know what he had for breakfast. So he decides to take a picture of his breakfast and post it on social media. Along with the caption, quote, fried robin, fresh out of the backyard for breakfast. Hashtag country life. Hashtag we can survive. Not so very long after posting this on social media, fried robin, fresh out of the backyard for breakfast, he received a, hi, I'm from Wildlife and Fisheries. We need to talk. Apparently, this young man had no idea that robins are a migratory songbird and are federally protected. Now, possible penalties include a $1,000 fine and or up to 120 days in jail. For his part, the councilman admits he killed at least 10 robins, but didn't know that it was illegal. Quote, we used a pellet gun. I only ate 4. Now, to his credit, I will give him credit for this. The councilman, in an interview with the ABC affiliate here in the capital city, WBRZ, said, quote, I would not be a very intelligent person with the position that I'm in to post something illegal. It was a simple mistake that I was unaware of. I'm going to face whatever consequences I have to face. My title doesn't exclude me from whatever consequences I have to face. Whatever consequences I have to face, I'll face. Stand-up guy. I can get behind a guy that, no, you screwed up, take your medicine, move on. I can stand behind this guy in that regard. But at the end of the day, it is beyond me why y'all feel the need continuously, despite example after example after example after example of it getting your behind in trouble, why you feel the need to post all your business on social media. I just don't get it. Tell you what, when all is said and done, Home Skillet ain't gonna be eating no more robins anytime soon. All because of social media. Also on a lighter note, the Southwestern Athletic Conference announcing this week their COVID-19 protocols for the upcoming spring football season. As you well know, the SWAC and another number of other conferences all decided we can't take the chance playing football during the fall with COVID. We're going to push it back to the spring. And if memory serves correct, the 27th, I think, is the weekend for SWAC football to start. If you've never been to an HBCU game, football game, it is 180 degrees opposite from Power 5 football. Or what I call, despite the skin tone of the guys on the field, white football, okay? You go see white football. At halftime, you get up and you stretch, I'll be back, honey. I'm going to get a Coke. You want something from the concession stand? Black football, you don't move, hoss. You better go to the bathroom, go get whatever it is you need to get before halftime starts. Because that's the show, honey. That's the show. That's what everybody has come to see. Well, the SWAC announcing this week that bands will not be allowed to travel. Only the home team will be allowed to have their band in the stands. If it is a neutral site, no bands will be allowed in the stadium. Listen, I was raised on SWAC football, y'all. I grew up selling cold drinks, peanuts, popcorn in Mumford Stadium programs, watching some of the legends of the game. Harold Carmichael, Isaiah Butch Robinson, the whole nine. But I got to be honest with you. SWAC football without the bands ain't SWAC football. Listen, Southern Jackson State is not Southern Jackson State without the sonic boom of the South and the human jukebox. It's not. Southern Texas Southern is not Southern Texas Southern without the ocean of soul and the human jukebox. It's just not. And God forbid driving all the way to Shreveport for the Bayou Classic and there's no Grambling State Marching Band and no human jukebox? Now, for 41 years, I've covered SWAC sports. And God knows from the bottom of my heart, I wish them the best. But I don't think this dog gonna hunt, y'all. I don't think this dog is going to hunt. I'm just saying. If you've ever been to an HBCU football game, you understand full well the pageantry that's involved. You understand the musicianship that's on display. You understand the emotion that's involved. There is nothing on the planet like being in the Superdome and the human jukebox cranks up Neck or that old Southern Spirit or Do What You Wanna, and the whole freaking place just loses it. I mean, it literally is electricity floating around 40, 50, 60,000 people in attendance. You remove that from the equation, sorry y'all, it ain't swag ball. Just saying. Just saying. Now, all that being said, we'll get through the year. We don't have any choice. We'll look forward to next year. But no visiting band, and at a neutral site, no band at all. Good luck. We'll see what happens. Final break of today's show. We'll come back, put that big old pretty bow on this puppy, and we'll wrap up today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show, here and only here on the Pelican. Stay close.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Mandafine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Mandafine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Mandafine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
From appetizers, pasta dishes, and entrees, La Contea takes pride in preparing all the Italian cuisine we know you love. Enjoy live music every Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 9, happy hour weekdays from 3 to 6, and brunch on Sundays from 11 to 2, as well as dinner portion-sized lunch specials for under $10. Visit our website to view our menu and book a party or meeting in our large banquet room. Once you try La Contea, your Italian dining will change forever.
We're making 2021 the year of savings, and it starts right now at Team Toyota. Come get a new 21 Corolla for just $189 a month, or get a 20 Camry for just $19,995. It's a year full of savings starting right now, right here at Team Toyota.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Welcome back to the final segment of today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. I guess that's like 8:40 now. Oh yeah, go, you on. Thank you, Marty. Get out of routine one day. The boy leaves here for one day, comes back, mind all screwed up. That's all right, Marty. I love you anyway, brother. There's really no wonder why so many Americans are still in the dark over COVID-19. The experts, depending on what day of the week it happens to be when you talk with them, will tell you one thing. And if you pick another day of the week, depending on which expert it is you're talking to, they'll tell you something else. We talked early this week about last week, Dr. Anthony Fauci, the country's leading virology expert, talking about wearing 2 masks instead of 1. Last Monday, he said that wearing 2 masks, quote, likely made it safer, saying that it's only, quote, common sense to have another layer of protection. So if you have a physical covering with 1 layer, his quote was, you put another layer on it, it just makes common sense that it likely would be more effective. That's why you see people either double masking or doing a double version of an N95. Well, that was last Monday. This week, however, it's a different story. Dr. Fauci now says that, well, there's really no data that shows this is effective, so if I were y'all, I wouldn't worry about the double masking thing. I would be so very grateful as a citizen that wants to stay abreast of things, as a citizen that wants to do the right thing, as a citizen who relishes getting correct factual information so that I can make up my own mind, if sometimes these clowns would just shut the hell up. If you don't know what you're talking about, if you don't have data to back it up, then shut up until you do. You don't have to answer every single question at the exact moment that it's posed. And if you are a human, and if you've been human for any amount of time, you know and understand full well there's lots of stuff we don't know about. And there's no crime, and it's certainly no sin to say, you know what, that's a great question. I don't know. Soon as I leave here, I'm going to start researching, and hopefully the next time I see you, I can tell you definitively. But until then, no comment. You don't have to answer every freaking question, especially when you know you don't know. Here it is, not even a week later, and you have reversed your course. I don't think any of us holds it against someone when we ask, hey, bruh, such and such and such and such question. And they say, man, I don't know. If nothing else, I respect you even more for your honesty, because at least I have the assurance that what comes out of your mouth next is not some foolhardy attempt to hooker or hoodwink snooker or bamboozle me. Just tell me I don't know. I'm going to make a note right now. Question from ABC News. What is whatever? I'll have that for you at the next press conference. People can respect that. They can understand that. And they can govern themselves accordingly. But as tight as times are for people right now, how many people went out and spent money they didn't have to buy twice the amount of masks? How many people could have inadvertently done physical harm to themselves because they are breathing in what nature designed for our bodies to breathe out, carbon dioxide? They're breathing out less than half of it now because you got 2 masks on your face. Not to mention the fact that you really couldn't afford to buy twice as many, but the nation's leading expert, until you figure it out, dude, just shut up. Or better yet, tell me. I don't know. I don't know. I'm one of those people, and I guess it stems from your upbringing. But for a long, 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 long time, I've not had a problem telling people, I don't know. That's a great question. You've given me my homework for tonight. I'm going home and get busy trying to figure this thing out. Because right now, you just made me realize I don't know. And the fact of the matter is, this guy, Dr. Fauci, has more wiggle room maybe than anybody on the planet at any other time in the planet, simply because we're dealing with something that is unprecedented. How can you reasonably expect anyone to have all the answers for something that's never happened before? If that is your expectation level, then it's totally unrealistic. But again, that street runs both ways. Don't get your sorry behind up there like you know everything there is to know about everything, and then a week later, you're telling me something else. Because what happens is, it shows me, number one, you didn't know what the hell you were talking about to begin with. Number two, if you lied to me about that, what else you lying to me about? Now, everything you say from that point on is suspect at best. And the fact of the matter is, the American people deserve better. Speaking of the country I love, this day, just like every other, I give it to you. You're right. America, we ain't perfect. But for this old boy's money, it's the best there is, and God knows there's no place else on his green earth that I'd rather be. Speaking of the good Lord, he loves you, and so do I. The good news is, there ain't a doggone thing you can do about either one. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless.